Uno momento. Turn the microphone on, Mike. Okay, I got it on. Hey, we are in for something very exciting this evening. In about 20 minutes, I am going to be net control station for the Honey Badgers of Flagler County Net. And I'm going to stream while I'm doing it. So I'll be talking on here on the radio, and you'll be able to see the radio. You'll be able to see um, everything else that goes along with it whenever I do this. Here's what the screen's going to look like. That's not it. I picked the wrong one. This is the one. I tell you, I'm like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs here. I got about 10 things at once I'm doing between the mouse, the radio, the foot pedal, and everything else. I'm lucky I pull this off, but we're going to experiment and try it. What you see to the far right on the top is my mixer camera over there. Then you see the scene from my iPhone over here where you can see my two of my four monitors where I'm doing all this. The main one on the right is where I'm actually producing the video in the stream. Then to the left of me, you see the Wires X window, which is on another monitor. You can see me moving that little window right there. We are connected to the 80751 room right now. So if I transmit, I'll be going to all, what do we got? 7 nodes connected. So I'll get to all of those. Below the Wires X window, which is this, right here, this is Echolink. So if you log on via Echolink, I will see your call sign in that window. I will know you're here. NetLogger is this little window right here. That's on a different monitor. Right here, that's NetLogger. And as you call in and check in, just to show you how it works, and I hit tab and boom, there I am. My name comes up. I'm a guest, whatever, and I'm in Flagler County. So you get to see it. So as you check in, I will move this pink line over the person that's going to speak next. So if you want to watch. Now, I'll caution you, if you are watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Facebook, on my Facebook page, and you try to, the timing is going to be off because that will lag probably a good 10 to 15 seconds. That signal will lag. Let me just go to YouTube right now. Let me refresh the screen. I'm just preparing all this now because once the net starts at 8 o'clock, if it's not working, I just got to kill it. I can't possibly keep track of everything. So I'm going to pop out the chat on YouTube. So if you're watching me on YouTube right now, you'll be able to chat and I will be able to see it. I will also be able to play it on my screen if we need to. All right. In the meantime, if you are not following me on my page, Ham Fun with KO4PDI, this is what it looks like. Right there, Ham Fun with KO4PDI. I want you to follow me there. And then you subscribe, and we got 184 members. I had like nobody a year ago. That's pretty good. We're building it. Anybody wants to join, you're welcome to join. You can comment as long as it has to do with ham radio. Tell us about your field day. Where is it going to be? Stuff like that. You can go on this page and you can post that, and a lot of people will see it. 184 to start with, and if you join, 185. And if everybody that sees this video joins, it will climb very fast. So that is my page. So the top left of the current window you're looking at is the faceplate of my FTM 400. When people key their mic, you will see their call sign in the window. Maybe even their mileage if they have their GPS set right. Below that is NetLogger. As people check in, I will be typing their names in there. So as we do this, let me just adjust this NetLogger. It's got to be moved down in the pecking order. Not that far down. Come back up. Okay. Oh, we got to move the text up. That's what we got to do. There you go. Okay, so now you see the text as opposed to not being able to read it or the logo. The logo I got to move up higher too. These are the little things you got to do. When you're doing these streams, you think we just flip a switch and we're on the air. No. Everything you see on that screen, I had to position, size it, and get it to work. All three cameras, and actually I got four cameras because one of them's on the radio, one of them's looking at me, one of them's over my right shoulder, one of them's on my left shoulder. So you get a good look at the location. Here's some QSO cards over here that are mine that I've gotten from people. I don't have my ISS QSOs there because those are special. I got them in a display case with a Lego model of the ISS. How cool is that? Anyway, all right. So we are streaming live right now. It is 7:45. We start the net at 8. So I'm going to start calling on the radio for check-ins, and I'm not ignoring you. I'm paying attention to my job as net control station. That's what I'm doing. So you guys enjoy, and you can listen in, and we're going to try to get some people on here. So I'm going to start calling out. We have 8 nodes in the room right now. Let's see if it works. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India. I'll be your net control station. Hold on, got a lower volume. There we go. The hospital node is down. That's news to everybody out there. Anyway, this is Mike, Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India. I'll be your net control station for this evening. If you would like to check in to the ND1C Honey Badgers of Flagler County Net, come now and I will put it down and we'll get you in the log. KO4PDI. Anybody want to check in? Come now.
KO4PDI, W3 Charlie Foxtrot.
W3 Charlie Foxtrot, you're in the book. I had to change this around. My one problem is I can't see the radio with the camera in front of me. I got to look at the camera screen, the actual picture. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India. Any check-ins? Any check-ins early for the ND1C Honey Badgers of Flagler County Net? What's really cool, if you watch the Echo Link window, when I talk, you can see there's a delay.
K3, are you checking in?
All right, Jim, you're in the book. And we wait. We wait for more people to check in. If any of you are watching on YouTube and feel like chatting, you should be able to send me a chat and I should see it. I'm going to test that right now before we get going. Where's the pop-out chat? Uh-oh. Where'd YouTube go? That's where it went. I hit a button. No wonder I wasn't seeing the chat. Let's try that again. Okay. I'll see the chat. Pop-out chat. Let's see if I can get this to work. This is the stuff I do for you. Huh? And the chat's got to be moved up a little. Here it is. Test. It worked. All right. So we got one person checked in. Actually, 2 people and me. This is Kilo Oscar for Papa Delta India. Anybody out there would like to check into the Honey Badgers of Flagler County Net, come now, KO4PDI. So we're recording this and also streaming live right now. So hopefully somebody will come back soon and we'll get them in the log. I just came from the Zombie Alert Net, which was fun. That's up in Michigan. And I had some conversations with those guys. I invited them down. Sometimes Walt comes down and joins our net, and I would love that if he came. I could tell my eyes are going because I can't read the monitor over there. That's where the Wires X software is running with the Echolink software, which now we know is working. Make sure I turn the volume down on the speakers because I don't want to hear that and me and all that. So normally when I run the net, this is how I do it. I run it direct. I monitor Echolink and I set up NetLogger. And normally I don't stream, and I went over the top with the cameras. I put 3 cameras out for looking at me because, of course, I'm so handsome. You definitely want to look at me, right? You gotta have fun with this stuff, boys and girls. We gotta have fun. I like my shirt. This is my 50th anniversary of AMSAT shirt. I love this shirt. Very comfortable. They did it right. They bought the nice heavy duty wicker shirts. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, you're hearing my voice through this microphone on my lapel, on my collar here. And this microphone's just going out over the radio. All right, nobody's chatting. Nobody's checking in. This might be a very short net unless you join in. So if you want to join in, get on the KB4JDE repeater or get into the 80751 Wires X room if you have the ability to do Wires X. If you have a Wires X repeater near you, or if you're using your computer and radio together in the direct mode like I'm doing, that's why it says direct in the window. I'm not going over the air. I'm going through the internet into our room, which is in Benel, which is about 13 miles away. I'm only doing that because I figured, let me do it the simplest way that I don't have to worry about too much. If I get a bad connection outside, if the wind blows down my antenna or something like that, at least this way, I know we're going to be connected. Let's make another call out for early check-ins. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, your net control station for the Zombie Alert, not Zombie Alert, that's where I was. The ND1C Honey Badgers of Flagler County net, and I encourage you to check in early before the rush. Now would be a good time. So if you can give me your call sign, I'll get you in the log. We're running this on NetLogger right now. You can look up Honey Bad WX80751 Echo Lima KB4JDE. That's if you want to come in on Echolink, and you can get into our net that way. And now's a good time to check in. So if you're out there and you want to check in for the net, come now. KO4PDI. I'm going to put Ben in because I know he's here. But I'm going to mark him as in and out. I usually don't call on him unless he calls me. All right, we got about 7 minutes before we actually start the net, which I start every net with the Pledge of Allegiance. You can see behind me the American flag. I have that hanging in this room. I start every net with that. I just think it's something we should do. Because you always should remember your country and what's going on here. And meanwhile, I'm getting text messages and everything on my screen on my cell phone. You can't see that one. Yeah, this is Kilo Oscar 4 Papa Delta India again. If anybody wants to get in on the net tonight, don't go to the hospital. It's down. The hospital repeater is down. I repeat, the hospital repeater is down. Anyway else, KB4JDE Echolink or Room 80751 on Wires X, or hook up your computer to your radio and come direct like I'm doing. KO4PDI. Early check-ins, come now. Boy, this is sad. I see 9 nodes checked in.
W3CF for the query.
All right, WC3F, what's up?
You cracked me up. Okay, I was just wondering if you knew that my note was up on 146.45, and it's got a X300 at 35 feet, so it does a pretty good job here locally in town. I can hear you too. KO4PDI W3CF.
All right, Doug, would you give out that frequency again of your node one more time so this way people that are in your area, if they normally use the hospital, they could use your node to get in. So what was the frequency again for your node?
Yeah, that's why I was commenting on it. It's 146.45. 146.450. And it's been up there for a month or so now. So, just in case the hospital is down, you can still get in through my node if you're on this side of town, or I guess through Mike's node if you're up in the north part. So there you go. Back to net. W3CF.
Thank you, Doug, for providing that service. That's really nice here. So anybody out there that wanted to get into the hospital and you can't, you can go to 146.450. That's Doug's node, and you can access this room that way. All right, any more check-ins? KO4PDI.
November Delta 1 Charlie.
WB8E Whiskey Bravo 8 Echo, Walt.
Hey, Walt, if you fall asleep, I won't hold it against you. Walt just got an operation on a hernia, so thank you for coming, Walt. You didn't have to, but I get it. You support the hobby. Thank you. ND1C, I just want you to know I got you too, and I added Lisa also K4CSI.
All right, thanks. I was checking on some network things. There's some shenanigans going on with one of the machines, and that's getting worked out. So that's where we're at.
All right. Thank you very much, Jim. Anyone else want to check in early to the ND1CNet? Come now. KO4PDI. Anybody watching on YouTube, if you want to chat, feel free to put it on the screen. I can see it. I finally got that working. That might have been the hardest thing to do, but that's just YouTube. I don't have the other platforms set up to work, so only YouTube. If you send me a chat message on this live feed, I will see it. I will see it while I'm live, and then if you go later after on a replay or something like that, I can go back and I'll see what you posted then. I'll get a notice on that. If anybody has any questions about running a net logger, anything like that, trust me, we'll figure it out together. I think Lisa's going to be in and out, so I'm going to mark her as in and out. So right now, the first person's going to get to talk tonight is Doug, who he was just talking to, but the net hasn't started yet. That's 30 seconds. I'm getting the time off my geochron also. So you people on YouTube can see in the top camera shot the geochron above my head. 3, 2, 1. It's 8 o'clock. Kilo Oscar 4 Papa Delta India. This is Mike in Palm Coast, Florida. I will be your net control station for this evening's Honey Badgers of Flagler County Net. First things first, is there any emergency traffic? Come now. All right, nothing heard, nothing heard. All right, let's see. We'll usually start off the net when I run it with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you want to follow along, feel free to do so. Also, if anyone would like to watch what I'm doing, you can go to my YouTube or my Facebook page right now and see everything I'm doing live on the screen. 4 different camera angles, WiresX software, Echolink software, and NetLogger all on the screen at the same time. So you're welcome to come watch on YouTube, KO4PDI, Facebook, Ham Fun with KO4PDI. On that note, let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I love that. That's my favorite part of the net every week, believe it or not. I was really hoping to get Gary on the air today to Mayor of Mondex, but he didn't check in. Maybe he's listening still. So once again, anybody out there that would like to check in for the Honey Badgers of Flagler County Net, come now. I'm listening. I'm going to add you to the log, which, by the way, you can follow along on NetLogger. Open up NetLogger, look for Honeybad WX80751 EL KB4JDE APM. That's the title of the group I'm in on NetLogger. All right, so anybody want to check in? KO4PDI, I'll be your net control station. Come now, checking in.
KE4YF, checking in, Mike.
Welcome aboard, Ray. Thank you. KO4PDI. Anybody else want to check in? All right, hearing nothing, let me start things off this way. Field day is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I am going to the Hammock Community Center, which is off of A1A on Malacompra Road. The Flagler County, Flagler Palm Coast Amateur Radio Club will be there, and I'm going to go there and help them out. And it'll be a lot of fun. And Sunday, I may go up to St. Augustine at the St. John's Fairgrounds. They will be there Saturday and Sunday. They're going to work through the night. They're going straight through the night. I don't know if the Flagler Palm Coast Club wants to do that. They never do. Or maybe they get one guy to do it, but we'll see. I'm going to go there and help them out with what I can. Okay. Let me see. What other announcements? All right. Let's just leave it at that for now. Oh, since the last time I ran the net, I think it's the last time I ran it. I had 2 more satellite contacts with an astronaut on the ISS. Woohoo! Yeah, and I sent my QSO card in, and I'm waiting to get the 7th QSO card from the ISS back. I'm really excited about that. It was a lot of fun. Woody Hobarg is the astronaut who's been running the radio usually on the weekends. So if we have a nice pass in the early afternoon or early evening over the weekend, chances are Woody may be on there. So get on there and listen. It was not active today at all. They had a spacewalk today where they installed another solar panel on the ISS, and Woody was one of the 2 astronauts doing that. So it was pretty cool. Anyway, keep up with all that, and let's get to the net right now. We're going to go to our first check-in this evening, the Mr. Whiskey 3 Charlie Fox, Doug, who you could also call with advice when he's working gigaparts. He'll help you out finding out what you need and where to get it. So, Doug, KO Whiskey 3, Charlie Fox, it's your turn. Go right ahead, Doug. Uh oh. Uh oh. Where are you, Doug? I don't hear Doug. I thought I saw somebody talking on the. I don't hear him. Hmm. This is Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India Whiskey 3, Charlie Fox. Are you still around, Doug? I didn't hear you on my 400. I was looking, it looked like maybe something was coming over the Echo Link, but I didn't hear you. Try again. I'm watching the screen here. That's what I'm doing.
All right. Here I am, KO4PDI 3, Charlie Fox. I'm on the HT.
All right, you sound loud and clear now. Go right ahead. It's your turn.
Hey, that's a nice screen you got there, Mike. Just looking at your ham phone with KO4PDI page. That's pretty cool. You know, that's a nice thing about ham radio is that there's something in it for everybody. Nothing much new here, just having a good time. I've fallen in love with that grocery store pickup at the curb thing. That is cool. That's it, Mike. KO4PDI W3CF. Thanks for taking up the net tonight.
No problem, Doug. Thanks for being on the net tonight. Glad to have you here. And I never tried that curbside pickup at the grocery store. I kind of like going in there and seeing if there's any pretty women around I can date. Yeah, that's it. Pick up chicks at Publix. Hey, it rhymes. All right. Anyway, it's not enough. We're past that. All right. Jim, my good buddy from the EOC in Flagler County, K3 SRE. It's your turn, Jim. Go right ahead.
Hey, good evening, everybody on the net. Hey, one thing to add for the upcoming field day, and this is in Volusia County. They're operating station Kilo 4 Foxtrot Charlie on Sunday, 6/25, beginning around 9:30. They're going to put an aircraft in the air at about 1,000 feet and try to do simplex check-ins. They're going to start on 146.520. And then they'll switch to
That's cool.
446.000, and then back to 146.520. Drop. So again, that's Sunday, this Sunday, Volusia's field day event starting at 9:30. They had 100 check-ins last year. They're trying to double that this year. So try to check in if you're local. 146.520, then the 446.000, and then back to 146.520. That's all I really have. And Mike, I look forward to seeing you on Saturday morning, and hopefully the rain will hold off until we get done playing outside. K3SRE, back to now.
All right, Jim, K3 SRE, thank you very much for the check-in and the information. Jim texted me that information. The first thing I thought of was, get your HT and go drive around and get them. Or I could just do it from my car. I have a 300 in my car. So yeah, I could do. That's pretty cool that they're going to do aircraft mobile over Volusia County. That'll be nice. And I'm sure we'll be able to get him from Flagler County because when he's in the air, just in case you didn't know, one time from my car on HF, I reached a guy in an airplane over North Dakota. He's a Canadian, and he gave his call sign, and he was in North Dakota. It was over North. He was at 30,000 feet over North Dakota, and I picked him up over the air in my car from my car, Yaesu 891, which was pretty freaking cool, and it was clear as a bell. So clear, it was unbelievable how clear it was. So this should be fun trying to get a guy in the air on the radio. He'll be making a lot of QSOs, I'm sure. So remember that the simplex frequency 14652. You'll be able to get them on that 9:30 Sunday morning. All right, on that note, I am going to call the man that makes us able to have Echolink, Ben, KB4JDE. If you're on here, I put your name down because I know you're always listening. So if you're on here, Ben, come now. It's your turn. Well, I guess I was wrong. By the way, in case you guys didn't know this, when I run NetLogger, you have the ability to send me an instant message on NetLogger. So if you download NetLogger and you follow along this net on NetLogger, you can go in. There's a little button that says View Monitors and AIM window. Click the AIM window, and you could type a message there, and I'll get it on my screen. You don't see it on the feed right now because I don't have that window included. So anyway, all right. On that note, let's go to our fearless leader, Jim ND1C, of which he hosts this room. It's your turn, Jim. Go right ahead. KO4PDI.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, you nailed it. Because a lot of what you said, Ben is the guy who listens the most and talks the least.
Yeah, it's true.
We're always monitoring the system when we can. So a lot of times we're multitasking and all that, and you don't hear us say much, but we're listening a lot. Especially if I'm working in a shop or something, I'm in there and I can hear the machine working and what's happening with it, but I don't have a way to answer you guys. But yep, that's one
Jim
of the
is my Elmer. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, he's the guy that taught me.
Then I got a rant. Yaesu, bah humbug. So I bought a FTM 500, and that's a whole long story. Mike knows it, and Doug knows it. Because originally I bought something else, and
it didn't work.
But anyway, so I got one, right? And I've opened the box and put it back in the box. I opened the box, and I was thinking, oh, what am I going to do with this? Let's make a node. Well, come to find out, the 500, the new Yaesu flagship, doesn't work in TDN mode as far as I can see, just from casually reading the instructions. The 300 does it, the 400 does it, and if you buy one of these fancy 500s, you have to buy an HRI 200 to make it do the same thing the old radios do. And that's my rant. So anyway, with that, maybe I'm wrong because I haven't hooked it up yet, but just looking through the instruction manual, and that is what my conclusion is. So if anybody knows any different, they can help me out with that. So back to you, Mike. Thanks for picking the net up. ND1C.
ND1C, KO4PDI. Not to be outdone, let me just rant a little bit on ICOM so it's equal time. You know, we can get on both of their cases. ICOM sells this beautiful software, RSBA1. You can run your radios remotely. No, you can't. I'll tell you why. The biggest bugaboo, you cannot, if you have a laptop and you set it up to run your radio remotely, and instead of using a wired Wi-Fi, you try to use your telephone or a hotspot, it will not work. It does not have, it's too much latency, and it will not work. And I didn't get this as rumor. I got this from a guy in the ICOM tech support. I could not get this stuff to work to save my life. And I got on the phone with him. We set up TeamViewer, and he set it up on my computer, and that works great if I'm on the same Wi-Fi network. But if I try to get into this network from outside, like field day, the point I was doing this for, and any of you that are going to field day, Anthony, one of the members there asked me if I could do satellite operations. I don't have a portable setup for satellite, and I'm not ripping my radios out to go out for one day to do satellites. But I said, if I can set up this laptop and get it to work, I could do this. So I got the laptop to work with it. But the problem is, number one, I need a wired Wi-Fi connection, not a hotspot. Number two, on my 9700, which I use VFO A and B, in order to make QSOs with satellites, guess what? You only get one VFO on the software. You can't get both. Okay, well, that sucks. All right, so there's my rant against ICOM. I'm going to have a laptop. You know, a little dial thing they sell to work with the RSBA1 software. I'm selling one of those, and I can't return the software. It's too late. It doesn't do what they say it'll do. So anyway, misery loves company. So I hope you understand. Meanwhile, K4CSI, is she there, Jim? Your lovely wife, K4CSI. It's her turn if she is.
CSI sends her regards. She's 20 minutes into a 40-minute treadmill session.
Oh, you got to see Jim's house. They just put a gym in, and she's using it. Good girl. Well, good for her. I'm happy that she's doing it. And on that note, we will go to the next person on the list, who was a nice guy from Michigan who ran the net up there for the Zombie Alert Net at 7 o'clock our time. And he is gracing us with his presence, despite the fact he just had hernia surgery and is exhausted. So, Walter, I should let you go first. Come now, Walter. It's your turn. If he didn't fall asleep.
Well, good evening, Mike, and everybody.
He's still alive.
Yeah, the surgery went great. I couldn't believe it. I was really concerned. I'm 81 years old, and everybody was telling me, boy, you're going to be in rough shape. The only thing is I am very fatigued, but it went phenomenally great. Other than that, I will not do field day this year, which I really regret. As I was telling Mike on the other net, I only missed 3 field days in 37 years with the club. Twice I had to go to Hawaii to pick up the grandson to bring him back to his mother, and I did do field day in on the island of Kauai. Very good group, really down to earth people. And the third one I missed, I had to have a kidney taken out. So, been very active in the hobby, slowing down in my age now, and I freely admit it. But you know what? I've done it, and we're still meeting at the park. You hear us talking about Lark in the Park. We've been meeting at the parks twice a week, not just state parks, city parks. Playing radio, having a great time. With that, back to net. Mike, as always, is doing a great job. WB80.
Thank you very much, Walt, for taking the time out to support our net. I greatly appreciate it. And go get some sleep now. You have no reason to stay awake. Get in bed. On that note, are there any more check-ins to the ND1C Honey Badgers of Flagler County net? You missed a really good net so far, but if you got more information, we'd love to have you. KO4PDI, your net control station. Come now if you want to check in.
Additional comment, WSBC.
Go ahead, Doug. Ray, you're going to be next if you're still here. So, Doug, go ahead with your comment.
Yeah, Mike, I didn't like the VA1 software either, and I use a program from a a VE ham, and the name of the software is WIN, 4, the figure 4, icom.com, or win4yasu.com. Check those two out and see if it meets your needs about remoting. I thought it was just a slick. So I'm waiting to get the DX10 going and get it hooked up with that. I didn't like the BA1 at all. I don't recommend it at work either. So there you go. KO4PDI and everybody else, W3CF73.
7-3, Doug, and thank you. I forgot about that win for ICOM and win for Yaesu. I had win for Yaesu when I had my 891, not my 891, my 991A. I used win for Yaesu. I never tried it remotely. I got to see how you set that up as a remote when you're coming in from outside into your Wi-Fi in your house to connect to the radio. We'll have to play with that. Anyway, Ray, KE4YAF, are you still there, Ray? It's your turn. He's usually in and out, so he's probably not here. Oh, he is.
All right, I'm here. A lot of anything good or smart to say, but it is field day weekend. Looking forward to hopefully participating in a little bit of that. We'll see what happens to that. We got the Flacca group. We're going to be out there at 4 home. And my St. Augustine group, we're going to be at the St. John's County Fairground. So if anybody's riding around bored, you can check that out. So other than that, I don't have any other good things to say other than I'm sick of all this rain. Say that, so. That's the way it is out here in the swamp. So, all right. Thanks for doing that, Mike. Doing a great job. KE4 7-3 to everybody.
All right, thank you, Ray. I might head up to St. Augustine on Sunday, so maybe I'll see you there. Anybody else want to check in? I'm going to count to 15 in my head, and when I get there and nobody comes in, we're over. We're going to end this net. But anybody else, come on now. It's your turn.
Kilo Golf 5, Yankee Lima.
Kilo Go 5, Yankee Lima. Hello, Ken. Welcome to the net. Guess what? It's your turn. Go right ahead.
Well, I was listening earlier. I had to go back into the bedroom and get some little remote stuff working so I could talk to you guys. Calling you from a different swamp from Louisiana. We're getting a little rain over here also. And I talk to Doug now and then when I call him about Gigaparts questions. So he's the one who invited me to come by and check in with you guys.
Well, Kenneth, just put it in your calendar, and every Thursday night you can come here. We have a net. Every once in a while, we don't have a net control station, so we don't have the net on those nights. But Doug does the first week of the month, and I usually do the last 3. And if anybody else wants to be a net control station, please get in touch. I will show you how to do it. It's so simple. It's not even funny. You can't be mic shy, though. You got to actually be able to talk and enjoy yourself while you're doing it. That's what I try to do, and I try to convey that to all the people on the net, and I thank you all for coming. Is there anyone else that would like to get checked in to the ND1C Honey Badgers of Flagler County Net? Come now. And Kenneth, thank you for coming.
Here is Kilo from 4, Delta Echo. Checking in.
Hey, Ben. I knew you were there. Yeah, go ahead, Ben. It's your turn. Say whatever you got to say. Come on out to Field Day this weekend. I'll be over at Malacompra with the Flagler Palm Coast Club. Come on over.
Sure sounds like fun. Maybe we'll stop, see if we can make time to stop on by. Nothing to report. Just checking in. Trying to get the numbers there for you. Good to hear you, sir. Hope all is well. KO4PDI.
Yes, sir. Everything's good and everything's working. I'm monitoring Echolink while I'm talking to you, and I got the WiresX software going, NetLogger. This is like I'm juggling razor blades here, but it's working. And Doug liked it when he looked at it on Facebook, so that's nice. All right. Anybody else want to check in? Going once, going twice. Come now. All righty then. Nothing heard. Nothing heard. So on that note, we will close the net and return everything back to its normal operating procedure. Remember to come back here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to stream every Thursday night. I just did it tonight as an experiment. Seems to be going good, but nobody's watching me on YouTube. But I'll edit this and I'll upload it to YouTube. We'll get a few people watching it and learning about how to do a net. That's what I'm going to do this for. I'm going to make a video on how to run a net. And you guys can watch it. And if you want to do it, I will teach you everything you need to know to do it. On that note, this is Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India. I'm going to wish you all a fond adieu, and I will close the net and return everything back to its normal operating condition. This is KO4PDI closing the net of the Honey Badgers of Flagler County for June 22nd, 2023. And have a great life, everybody. 73. The net is closed. All right, so you guys watching the stream, I just closed the net, but I want to talk to Ben real quick. KB4JDE, are you still around, Ben?
Yeah, I put a little weight on. I'm kind of round, Roger.
Hey, Ben, hi. That was funny. I have a question for you. I talked to somebody on another group, and they suggested that we get a, what is it called, All-Star link into this, that everybody up there is using All-Star. I don't know what that is. Do you know anything about All-Star links?
Yeah, All Star's pretty good too. I have all the equipment to do it. I'm just gotta make time to do it. But yeah, I've dealt with All Star, and it's okay. And quality, audio quality is pretty good. I do want to incorporate it into the repeater here. Also some D-Star if I can. So I've looked at a lot of different avenues of trying to get it, but I do want to get that All Star. I have it. I'm also registered with it, so it's a matter of putting the equipment on here.
All right, cool. Yeah, I was just looking for that. Like, I was thinking about getting into that too. I'm also thinking about getting the Ham Shack hotline, which is basically a telephone that works over the air. I think it works over the air through your radio somehow, or it works over the internet. I don't know which, but I'll figure it out. Anyway, that's all I wanted to know. I hope you're having a good week, and maybe I'll see you Saturday at Field Day. Be nice. KO4PDI. I'm going to be clear 73. Ben, have a great night. All right. So.
What I'm more curious in to thing is that TV Mega from Gigaparts. Now it covers D-Star, DMR, everything. I was thinking about purchasing that. But almost had one, but I let it go. Just wondering if that could be a viable way of. I think we.
Yeah, Ben, you dropped there, but I hear what you're saying. I have an open spot 3 and an open spot 4 that I access D-Star with my radio in the car. I could do it from my C4 FM radio, or I could do it from my 9700. I can connect to D-Star. And there is, believe it or not, the Jacksonville repeater on D-Star, I can get it. And they always have it on 30 Charlie. I can get that over the air with my 9700, which is pretty cool. But yeah, think about that. It's just all you need is time and money, right? That's all. Anyway, Ben, have a great night. I'll say 73. KO4PDI. Clear. All right, we got to close this out. We've been on the air a long time, streaming like crazy. Now I got to edit this.
Have a good night. I have a TV dongle. I have all the toys. There's no time to put them on. Katie,
I got a speck of something on my camera that's showing up on my. Look at what is that right there? That little thing right there. Yes.
Hey, Mike. KO4PDI, KE4 what?
Hey Ray, what's up? KO4PDI. I can't get off here tonight.
Yeah, I'm not on D-Star or anything, but I know my computer up there. I wish I could tell you the frequency off the top of my head, but give me a few minutes. I could, but I don't know if that's the one you've checked into or not.
Ray, I missed when you were saying what repeater it was. You're saying there's a D-Star repeater in Palm Coast? Long story. I don't want to bore you guys with this.
No, St. Augustine.
Oh.
Our St. Augustine Club has a D-Star repeater, which I don't have any D-Star equipment, so but I can get the information for you if you'd like.
Well, I know that the repeater I'm getting, I'll give you the frequency I'm picking it up on. It's listed as Jacksonville. It's not listed as St. Augustine. The only repeater in St. Augustine I have is the 146625. I have that one, and they get mad if you do anything digital on there, so I don't do that. And then there is, I'll tell you in a second. Hold on. The Jacksonville is 146.880. Is that is Jacksonville? That's what it's listed as. It could be St. Augustine. Is that the frequency? I'm looking at another radio, by the way, getting those numbers.
I don't know off the top of my head. Let me look it up real quick, and give me a minute. I'll hopefully give you an answer.
All right, I'm going to sign off my live stream now, and then you can come back to me, and I'll talk to you over the radio. KO4PDI. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that. It was pretty interesting, wasn't it? You got to see a net in progress. You got to watch how I log. I used NetLogger, I used Echolink. You saw all that on the screen. So you get a kind of an idea of what a net is and what we do. We chit chat, we talk about new phenomenon going on, new radio you bought, new antenna you put up. If you're going to put a new antenna up and you need a hand, you could ask the guys, hey, can you guys come over Saturday, give me a hand putting this up? That's what a net is for. But the best part about a net is when the crap hits the fan and we have to mobilize for communications in an emergency or anything like that, we can run a net and people can check in. It'll be much more formal than this was. But I do this with the EOC. Once a month we get together. We do a statewide and a national net from our supplemental ham radios at the Emergency Operations Center. And this is why we do this. So we know how to use our equipment without having to dig out the manual. A lot of people only take their radios out on field day. Then they wonder, why doesn't this work? How come I can't get this to work? Oh, this coax is bad. Or that's because that's the only time they ever take it out. I play with my radios all the time. If you looked over there, I have my Go box hooked up to a battery, hooked up to an AC source, and I'm keeping the batteries charged and everything. I got a bunch of new little toys.
Well,
hold on.
Hey, Mike?
Yeah, Ray, go ahead.
On EMR, Is that usually on 2 meters, or is it on 70 centimeters, or what? I'm just not familiar with DMR.
Oh, I think the DMR could be on either 2 meters or 70 centimeters. Is that what you were saying, or were you saying D-Star? D-Star repeater is what I'm saying is in Jacksonville. It's 146.880. I don't know. Are you looking for a DMR repeater or like that would have a room or something in it? But I'm not sure. So yeah, come back to me with that. I thought you were talking D-Star.
Yeah, well, I'm looking on our website, on the SARS St. Augustine Amateur Radio Society website. There's all, I haven't been on this part of the page. Look at all this stuff listed for repeaters. I mean, I see DMR stuff, whatever that is. And I think what I was trying to tell you was D-Star. And I can't find where the heck it lists on here. They actually list, well, that's Pelagia, never mind. Oh my God. Let me make a phone call and I will give you a very correct answer.
No rush. Find out the info. Tell me on Saturday when I see you at field day. That's no big deal. I can wait on that. I know for a fact if you go into the database for D-Star repeaters, it shows 2 of them in Palm Coast. They do not exist, which is a shame because it was a bunch of crap, political crap that went on between people and different clubs and stuff like that. And Icon, I think, had donated 2 repeaters to the club and they disappeared. I don't know where they went. I don't know who's got them, but they don't exist right now. So anyway, yeah, I can get the Jacksonville D-Star repeater, but I don't know how to change the room, and it's always on 30 Charlie. So just take that to the bank. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm closing out my live feed on Facebook and YouTube right now, and I will catch you later, Ray. See you Saturday, KO4PDI. I'm clear. Have a great night. All right. He's going to come back and want to talk. I don't want to talk. I can't. I'm done talking. All right. I'm exhausted. You got to see the net. You got to see me doing this in a live feed here, and I hope you enjoyed watching that. And on that note, I wish you all a fond adieu. Catch me on the air on field day. I'll be on the radio. This is Kilo Oscar 4 popping out to India, wishing you all a wonderful 73. I'll see you soon. KO4PDI, clear 73.